Second video of the day. Hello everyone, it's Sharon. Welcome back to my channel. This is a continuation of my Parsons Challenge Revisited. If you haven't watched that, go watch that first before you watch this. It'll give you a lot of context. So this video is all about the actual essay that I submitted accompanying my actual challenge. If it's been a while since you've seen the previous video, I'll leave a screen cap of my Parsons Challenge and the portfolio piece that I submitted. Here's my slide room. That's my essay. So without further ado, I'm just gonna read my essay. I have a general idea of what I wrote, but it's been quite a while. Anyway, in my Parsons Challenge, I was inspired by my piece titled, "Just Don't Be Nervous." I pursued this topic since it was personal to me and I wanted to further its purpose, that being to generate empathy towards anxiety victims. To begin my challenge, I thought of the materials I could use. At first, I had a difficult time in its production. However, thinking about the relationships between artworks and looking at the bigger picture aided my process. I also married the materials with my message and spoke metaphorically to find symbolism. For example, I wanted to express anxious frustration in an intaglio print through its violent engraving. I also wanted to use charcoal because, like anxiety, it symbolized how difficult it is to control. During this time, I researched contemporary artists and found Joseph Kosuth's 1 and 3 chairs. My ideas for the challenge clicked. Kosuth's work was about representing an object in 3 different ways: the physical, 2-dimensional, and written form. When I looked at Just Don't Be Nervous in a broader perspective, I realized it was the physical representation of anxiety. I realized I could represent anxiety in 3 ways. I now also knew what I wanted to use charcoal for. I connected the 2D aspect of his work for a charcoal portrait. Diving further into my challenge, I wondered how to translate his written portion into my challenge. I looked at the relationship words had to anxiety. Words in this context made me think of those racing, intimate thoughts anxious people feel. I again tried to connect the material to the message. Since these thoughts are personal, I decided to express them in a diary. Even in the writing, I matched its style to the concept. I scribbled run-on sentences to mimic anxious thoughts. I also crumpled the diary entries to physically represent the emotional anger I felt. What really helped me in my process, however, was to speak metaphorically. I thought of how these thoughts prevented sleep. Because crumpled paper is uncomfortable to the touch, I made it symbolize how, like anxiety, it can't make you fall asleep. It is metaphorical and literal. Even when I stitched the pages, I roughly sewn them together to again match the concept. Drawn facial features were also added to forward my message. Afterwards, I looked at the bigger picture for further development. I realized I've only sewn one side of the pillow using the diary pages, leaving the other blank. Limited on the diary entries, I used this opportunity to creatively utilize the other half. Instead of leaving it plain as unfinished, I looked at it from a different perspective. I made the clean paper symbolize the alternative to an anxious state of mind, a comfortable state of being where one can sleep. All in all, by continuously trying to connect the material to the concept and finding symbolism through metaphors, I believe I've effectively communicated my message. That is all for my essay. So in my essay, I did not talk about just my concept, but the execution of my concept. Can you prove what you're trying to say to people? So same with your essay, can you explain your concept? Can you explain the execution of your concept within your artwork? Hence, it's so important to make the material match the message. You want to symbolize burden, use something heavy and make like body armor or something. It's essentially concept and execution. The possibilities are endless. That is it for today's video. I hope this was helpful. I do wish it was a nice follow-up to help ground you into this specific Parsons Challenge example plus the essay. Also, if you're planning to go into the fashion industry, I do have a fashion blog as well where I share my advice and insights of how I got internships on Fashion Avenue, how I styled a celebrity artist, and other things I'm doing in my work and personal life. So check that out too. It's gonna be fun. If you need clarification, if you have other questions, of course, leave a comment down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to see more content of how to do your portfolio application. Hit the notification bell so you don't skip a beat. And follow me on Instagram to see behind the scenes of what I'm doing on my internships, my summer. My name is sharonyeunkim. I thank you guys so much again for watching. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye guys.